I think the Black Grimoire is actually just way too good early. Yeah, especially in the right lane.
That's
It's
interesting.
just so valuable.
I think
you get level 6 at the right time or earlier. You golem, you kill a hero.
I think I heard
jungler.
Whitemon say that he never takes it though. He thinks it's bad.
Come on, bro. When did he say that? He takes it all the time.
I heard it in an
watch
interview.
his
Maybe he
games.
was trolling.
He probably was trolling. Which interview? I'm pretty sure he...
I think it was after. I think it was in a PGL Wallachia event. I'm pretty sure. Maybe like not the most recent one. Maybe like 1 or 2 ago.
I mean, before they nerf it, even. I mean, after they nerf it, maybe there's a reason to do it. You know, because they remove. It's 200 now. It used to be 250. Was it 300? Wait, I don't remember. I remember they nerfed it 50. They nerfed it.
Right. Well, it's 200 now. Yeah.
Yeah, but it still says 250. Am I seeing like the video bug? You hover over the Warlock, it still says 250.
I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. On the Wikipedia, it says 200.
Yeah, it should be 200. Here you go. Smoke. Ready to get Fatal Bonds at level 1 to win the level 1 fight. The pistol round. I always call this the pistol round.
Of course, Winter famous for his Counter-Strike playing.
It will determine who gets the M16 next.
The battle begins.
But I mean, wouldn't you say this is
here.
equivalent to the pistol round? If you fight at level 1, you smoke. Then you go to the lane with an advantage, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, right? It's really strange to put like a different, like a Counter-Strike, especially analogy in Dota when the games like don't mesh at all, other than they're published by the same developer. But I guess I see what you're saying. You know, you can like start the second round then with SMGs and just try and spray down your opponents because they probably have to save for armor. Like, I hear you.
They have to like lose one round by default and get better weapons the next round. When you lose, I mean, that's the downside of losing the pistol round, right? So you have to get punished.
How do you know about this?
I mean, how? I watch sometimes.
You don't play Counter-Strike?
Yeah, but I don't remember how I know about this. I mean, I watch sometimes and I hear the commentators talk about it.
Okay, fair enough. That's a good reason. Well, no one's... they draw on the pistol round, at least. Starting to see a lot later First Bloods. I think people don't want to end up, you know, giving their opponents a big advantage at the start of their lanes. Who does, of course, but... You see a lot of teams, like, more risk-averse even these days.
Yeah, they don't want to lose the game just because of some random moment in the early game. Yeah. But whereas I think if you look at the tier 2 teams, they are more willing to take a risk, right? They want more randomness, you know, when they are playing against the better teams.
A little bit more chaos.
Yep.
So
chaos. Reign of chaos. I mean, this top lane is actually very, very competitive, you know. Both sides are just trying to out-harass each other. I feel like once you get more levels on the Warlock and you start to have heal, the PA should be able to sit on this lane quite comfortably.
Yeah, it's staying easy. I think the Shaman Ayad's doing a good job using his kind of early advantage here to just do as much damage as he can.
Very annoying.
Yeah.
You see a lot of the good players just use it to deny creeps. You know, you hit the other guy and you just deny the creep.
Yeah, I should really start using it. I just enjoy Massive Serpent Ward so much because the thing just, it gets kills, man. The thing does like 400 damage. Oh. Careful here, Ayad.
Shackle.
It's committing for the shackles here into the Starbreaker. Starbreaker, I think, missed. It's Ayad that picks up the kill. Turns himself into a chicken. 423 needs a little bit more for the last hit. Ayad buying as much space and time as he can. I think that's new up there, isn't that? I think there used to be more trees over there.
Yeah, that's a new path. New pathing.
Well, it's to the advantage of this time, 423, who is easily able to secure the kill onto the Shaman in return.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate that Dawn didn't get the last hit. Would have really liked to get it. 3 minutes. At least they're gonna get the. I assume they're gonna get the Lotus on Team Essence here. Yep. Aya is gonna pick it up. No challenges from the Warlock and PA. Too far away.
Yeah, nicely done. And mid lane seems to be going as you'd expect. So the Shaker up to 10 denies, 15 last hits for Mac. A little bit low on HP.
Yeah, not to forget. There's a Mirana in the game, so your Lotuses are more valuable.
Oh, that's a really good point.
So it's the innate. This is a useful innate for the lane. Very useful. Actually, even throughout the game, because once you get the big Lotuses, then it's 50% more.
Yeah, to be honest, people stop collecting lotuses sometimes. They are very
I mean,
good,
now
and
they are
especially
more,
with the
they are
new block of
better.
cheese.
Now they are way better nowadays after the change.
Yeah, I agree. Because now they stack up further. Remember, I tested you that on that after the patch, and you didn't know. You said, "Dude, who reads the lotus changes?" And here you
Oh,
are talking
that
about
was
how
for a
much.
block of cheese. It was not.
No, it was
It
also
was
for
not the
lotuses.
stacking. That's different. Come on, bro. Every day you're trying to tilt me without fail.
I'll get
And,
you one
on
of
the
these
shackle,
days.
Ayat, he wants to fight 4-2-3.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage though. They are linked as well with these
Fatal
these
bonds.
neutrals.
I mean, this is just Warlock with level 3. You know, you have level 2 heal, the lane becomes very stable. For the PA, you just keep him topped up, they can't kill your carry, and he gets to free farm, you know. Like, this is a pretty aggressive lane, you know. Shaman plus Dawn, a lot of nukes, but PA is still able to sit in his lane very, very easily, you know. He has a raindrop as well, to help him stand in the lane and not die. I mean, this is one of those lanes where you would want to consider getting a raindrop. Don't be too greedy, you know. Some carry players, they just want to get their items right away. So no raindrops, no small items.
Yeah, this regen makes a big difference, right? If you can spend the 200 gold, 250 gold for the raindrops, but it helps you farm 3 extra waves, it easily pays for itself. Stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and meanwhile bot lane, our Centaur is having a good time, I would say. Pretty much free farm. So it's the Terrorblade, they're both free farming. This is probably going to be very good for... I think it will be more beneficial for the Centaur's team. Because Centaur, with a good game, you get to be active early. Whereas Terrorblade, you get a good game, you're still going to be jungling, hitting creeps. I mean, you'll show up to some fights to cast meta, push some towers. But if your team is already losing the fight, don't expect the Terrorblade to show up, you know?
I think it also looks like a really good Crimson Guard game here, doesn't it?
Yeah,
For
it does.
the...
So what
Yeah,
would
you
you
can
do
see
this game? Blade Mail, Dagger, Crimson?
I think he's going to go Vanguard first, so I do wonder if he's going to consider a Halberd, also a decent Halberd game. Echo Slam mid, right at level 6. Oh no, but they lack the damage. Blood Grenade, a few more auto attacks onto Chuan. Max actually got him dead to rights. I think that was to the Blood Grenade DPS. No level 6 for the Ember. He'll have to wait a while longer now as he's respawning in the Fountain. Shackles used to heal up Ayad as the Blood Grenade onto 2 with the Fatal Bond.
It's the Iron Shell. It's Iron Shell, man. They're both near him. They're both dying to the Shadow Word.
It's Ion Shell.
I mean, it's
the
practically
kill
an
shot.
Iron Shell.
He lived. He turned into a chicken.
Yeah,
The
it
foul
does not
play.
go through stuff like this anymore. It used to go through like Grave and False Promise. Not anymore.
What's stronger, the will of a chicken or kill shot?
Chicken. The will of the chicken. You know how much a small little chicken eats, you know? The will to live and grow is huge, you know?
You know, I read that people that own chickens, they need to be careful because if chickens like smell blood or if there's an injured chicken, they'll actually like peck each other to death. They're like pretty violent, actually. They have violent tendencies. You kind of just think about them as like mindless, like wandering silly birds that can't fly that taste pretty delicious, but they are little dinosaurs, you know?
In my experience raising animals, I'll tell you that if the animal is well fed, the tendency to be aggressive drops to near 0.
That's true. That's true. But I think that's, well, I mean, that's very true of reptiles as well, isn't it? I think what I've read is that chickens, they just kind of turn into little monsters when there's an open wound
just like
nearby.
your carry. If your carry is not well fed, they become monsters, you know?
That's true, yeah.
And
not in a good way, not in a 1v5 monster way, more in like a, I'm going to team fight my team.
And there's yelling, but if you take care of them, they are very, very gentle humans, you know? Tip to keep your carries happy. Feed them well.
That's true. I think it depends on the day of the week as well, you know? I think there are some moments...
Wow.
Yeah.
So what, the creeps give you more gold on Monday? And on
well,
Tuesday they
what
give
I'm
you
saying
less?
Is, what I'm saying is that I think if you're going to play with like a weekend carry compared to like a Wednesday afternoon carry, you're going to get a very different individual, you know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Shackle.
Okay, Ayad, good
Oh,
jump.
no.
Oh no,
Then get the
didn't shackles.
in shackle him.
He was
it
trying
the
to get
new-
behind the tree.
Yeah, was it the new tree? He lost vision at that tree.
I don't know if it was the tree or if it's because he just was pathing and then I don't want to say he forgot, but he didn't consider that his hero needs to turn to cast the shackles, you know?
Yeah,
Maybe he thought the
possibly.
stun was going to come sooner.
This is the part where sometimes it can be very complicated with Dota, right? Because there's turn rate. So you have to calculate that before you cast a spell.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have to turn and then you have to start your animation, right? Hex, quite famously, of course, doesn't have a cast animation. It's pretty fast.
Yeah.
But every other
there's
spell...
like, what, a 0.1 or something? There's like a delay.
I'm not sure. It's like, you know, you can't really let the Hex expire, though. You know, you kind of have to double stack your stuns a little bit. That's much better. That's how they drew it up. Quick kill there as they take down the Windrunner. Narman is down.
Yeah, here comes
Okay,
back up.
there is a stampede, though.
Shadow
I see you
Word.
running down from the triangle.
take that
He's
rock.
going to drop the golem. Oh, my lord. That's the combo you were talking about, huh, Winter?
You're not a Warlock player. If you're a Warlock player, you would know that what it means to drop a rock whenever you find an opportunity to. Here comes the rock. The power of Fatal Bonded. He's gonna die.
Oh, no. Oh, the Echo Slam nukes the wave. Doesn't do much
got
else,
the wave.
though.
I guess he got the wave, you know, Richie. Sometimes before you die, you gotta get that juicy gold. One wave of creeps and XP.
True, right before you die. It's kind of, it's one of those plays that looks a little silly. It's like when carry players, they die in like the first wave, and then they buy back because there's 2 waves under their tower, you know?
Okay,
It's
look
one
at
of those
this
funny plays.
Earthshaker in it. Is it useless? Okay, so he has his Spirit Cane, so he has a 75 radius feature there. Okay, he blinks in. That's his dagger. 10-minute dagger.
Yep, they're going to chase down SC. Pretty good fissure, forces him to go the long way. He's going to end up dying, though. Careful for these kill shots.
Yeah, that's a nice,
Tower
nice
is
kill.
going to fall.
Level
Lane,
7
there might
Warlock.
be another fissure. The arrow's good enough, actually, and this time Ayad, he will make sure the CC is flawless to pick up the
Just
kill on
for
the
good
Ember.
measure. Hex him.
You don't want him to escape. You've let him get away with one before. You know, we've talked plenty about how these small mistakes can really snowball into something much bigger. A little bit more safety there as they're going to commit all the physical damage they have to take down the tier 1 tower and equalize here.
Yep, pretty good start, you know, for both teams. An even game so far with Essence taking a slight lead with the mid lane Earthshaker winning his lane, which is what we expected, you know.
Yeah,
This is what
naturally,
we wanted to
right?
see from Yahweh the last game, but it didn't happen. But this is more like the normal Earthshaker being around 1k go ahead at 10 minutes.
Yeah, and the Ember notably behind the most. You know, the TB showing up briefly there to help support the push a little bit. Who hasn't shown up at all, really, is the PA. She's casually farming her Ancients behind her tier 1 tower now. I imagine it's going to be your very, very, bread and butter Battle Fury. Excuse me, for 4-2-3.
Can you just call it Braid and Kaya? Just to show people we're from SCA.
That I'm cultured.
Bread and butter. Battle Fury.
Yes, the bread and butter and Kaya. How about that?
Yeah. Kaya and butter just go so well together. One is
You
full
know
of
why?
sugar,
It's
one
the
is full of fat.
Yeah, that's
Fat is
delicious.
flavor.
Fat is flavor. No fat, no flavor. That's what they say, right?
No fat, no flavor, no color, no flavor.
No color, no flavor. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, it's about when you're searing your food, you know, your meat. You need to let it change color so that it has a different level of flavor.
Well, you know, it's funny, right? Because when you cook a steak, you only want the outside to be
Yeah, crust.
like
the
that.
crust.
Not,
Yeah, you want to
you don't
look
want the
at
inside to
color.
change color that
Nope,
much,
you don't.
do you?
No,
Well, but I hear you. I'm just... yeah.
I only want 40% cooked steak, 30 to 40% doneness.
What would you call that? Would you call that a happy medium, a medium rare?
Medium rare, probably.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Winter, have you ever sent a steak back?
To my wife? It's
No,
too-
what do you
it's-
mean to your wife?
Yeah,
if you ever...
yeah. I mean, I thought you were asking me, has your wife made you like a well done steak and I sent it back to her?
No. When you go to a restaurant, why would you assume I was talking about your wife?
No one orders.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mean the steak sucks, right? doneness is
Yeah, or
wrong.
like, you know, you cut into it and they, you know, they gave you a well done steak. Are you gonna eat it after you ordered a medium rare, or are you gonna be like, excuse me?
Excuse me, who orders a well done steak?
Scanning.
I agree. I agree.
And they respond, a lot of our customers order a well done steak. Then you are dining at the wrong steakhouse.
Smoke breaks a yacht on the wrong side of the Roche pit, although he is going to be able to at least set up for a little revenge kill. Golem on top of Solar Guardian, on top of Echo Slam, and it's the Ember to go down at the end of the day.
That was... Well, I guess he just didn't jump out, you know, as the Ember Spirit. I mean, normally you have a Spirit remnant behind, and then when you do that, you jump out, you know, you go in and you go out. And then he just fully committed YOLO with the rock. He didn't even think about getting out, you know, and just dies there.
Yeah, that was crazy. Echo Slam, Solar Guardian, the Golem, Fatal Bonds, and then Moonlight Shadow to just run away. A second kill on Tashuan in just as many minutes as SC. It's got to be a little careful here. He doesn't have the champions of Goroth, but he's still going to end up getting caught here. Shackle Shots is going to save him, only briefly. But it was our Dawnbreaker who manages to still secure that kill without issue. Chasing now for a +1. Windrunner pretty fast, but it seems like they'll be able to close the door and find her here, or will they? The Shackle Shot doesn't find Shackle.
TV is greedy. He didn't,
Yeah,
he didn't level his reflection even 1 point. So it's going to cost them some time to chase that annoying Narman Wind Ranger down. Eventually they get him.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And this is looking really, really good for Team Essence right now. They got the tower, thanks to the Shaman. Mid and top tower. This is the second tower. And maps pretty much open for the Terrorblade to farm. Echo is going to be ready, so time to move again. I'm probably going to move towards the bottom tier 1 next, with the next Echo, with the next mass upper walls, you know. Things are going very well for them.
And there's no butter or bread with this build, but the Shaker is still going for Kaya, so I think this is the new normal now for the mid Shakers especially.
Under attack.
Staff of Wizardry in the backpack. Straight into the Kaya, and then it's going to be Kaya and Yasha, so just, you know, looking for that agility and the swift cast animations.
It's easier to land your combo, I guess, that way.
Yeah. I don't think... I can probably count on, I don't know about one hand, but maybe both hands, the amount of times that I've seen this Kaya and Yasha item built. It's pretty rare in pro games.
Wait,
anyway.
who gets this?
I'm a Shaker now.
I think Lashrack
like
sometimes get it. I'm trying to think, because some of the heroes you want like a lower cast time on your spells, right? Because it takes so long
OD
to cast.
maybe?
Maybe. I see it on Lash quite a bit.
Radiant's
Yeah, I mean,
bottom
there are a couple of heroes that really like to have it.
Windrunner going for a Rod of Atos. Like you say, Winter, someone's got to do it. If you're a range position 4, it's your duty. Warlock's not going to build that Fang.
I mean, some players just don't like to play Dota and have like a set build, you know. I mean, sometimes certain items are just too good that you don't have a choice, right? You have to buy it.
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh yeah,
under attack.
definitely. That's how I play Dota. I like to kind of, you know, build funky items depending on
Do
what
what
the
you want,
game's
right?
looking like.
Screw the meta.
Yeah, it's, you know, there are so many beautiful items in Dota 2. What will I try today? How about a Pavis on my Underlord? Oh, I lost? Oh no.
Yeah, tomorrow you try a blade mail, you know? Who knows?
Yeah. I love auras. I love building auras. It makes me feel unstoppable here. Little sneaky maneuver up to the high ground into the Echo Slam. Both supports nearly killed off instantly as Cox jumps in to finish the job on to Narman. 11. He has absolutely no way out. He's shackled, controlled, and killed off. A beautiful infiltration there by Team Essence, who under the cover of the Moonlight Shadow get away with triple homicide. Well done.
Triple homicide into the Tormentor. And things are just going really, really well for Team Essence here. Everything's smooth, you know. They're playing Dota with a purpose. They're moving together as a team, playing as a unit, creating a lot of space for the Terrorblade to farm. And it just feels like for the Dire side right now. I mean, PA is getting pretty good farm on 423. But apart from that, everyone's like just like not really having that great of a game. I mean, Santos okay, you know, Santos has a decent game.
They couldn't even get the kill shot. That's so tragic. Ayad, he lives again because of the
Yeah, because of the
cluster.
nerf. Because he doesn't kill stuff like that anymore. He used to.
Dire are
Why do you even play Axe now when there's Wind Ranger?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, I think Axe will still dunk through that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
'Cause
it's still done through that, but
I think HP removal will kill. So things like
Wind Ranger is
What,
just the
ice-
range version of Axe in a way.
I guess that's true. Is it not HP removal flag? How is that damage flagged on kill shot? I mean, I'm looking
you,
at it
you
now.
used to go through all the it's changed this patch, you know, because it was too good.
Radiant
I mean, this hero is just very. I think in the team fight, it's just very annoying. In the lane, it's very strong. It gives you scaling too, in a way. Late game, when you have enough items, you can start to use your focus fire to kill heroes. But 4-2-3, he might be tanking his first death this game. Good find here. They actually anticipated that he was gonna go there, you know, so he wasn't really there in the area, but they just felt like he would be going there to farm, you know. They have a ward placed up a little bit earlier, and they catch him. Good play there again, you know, by Team Essence. They have the essence of a good team right now, you know, in terms of how they move around the map.
Dire's top tower
A little bit like Ivory, you know, they play around each other very well. Like every time you see teams like this, you know, it's always the teams that have players that got kicked around, rejects, you know, they are more willing to work together, and you can see it from their gameplay, you know, there's less egos, less
Got
butting
something to
head.
prove. They're not tipping their offlaners when they die.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Oh
attack.
well, that's not where I wanted to go,
That-
but sure.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean,
They look good though. To your point.
in Dota, I think you kind of need to have egos, but you cannot have too many. You know, I think in a team, ideally you only want to have one, and the rest just follow. You know, you play like a unit. I mean, Team
Can the
Essence just
ego be the
looks-
coach?
You can, but the players also have to respect him. You know, because he's not in the game.
Interesting.
If they don't respect him and they don't listen to him, so then it'll be hard
Yep.
for you to do your job.
You hear that, Estini?
Radiant
It's on thin ice with Reddit already, man. So many Estini haters. Makes me laugh. We'll see though. Not in this region. Not in these quals. As Essence continue to move around the map with confidence and in style, picking up kill after kill. Trailer Park Boys definitely on the back foot.
Yep. And using their
we'll see.
cooldowns well, you know. When they don't have their Shaman wards or Shaker Echo, they're like farming, pushing out the waves, and because you have Dawnbreaker plus Terrorblade, you get to farm a lot on the map, you know, because Dawn is global range, Terrorblade has illusions. So you see like the waves are, look at the waves right now, it's like always pressuring towards the Dire side, you know. The Team Trailer Park Boys side. And it's very difficult for them to move. I mean, they have pretty decent wards on Dire. They have 2 wards in the river, 3 wards. Actually 4 wards, 2 more on the side lanes. So they see a lot, but the problem is look at the waves, you know, it's always on their side of the map. So it's very difficult for them to make moves. And now Team Essence, they have the wave advantage. They're hitting the towers first.
Dire's bottom tower
And because they have a Dawnbreaker is already ready to defend the tower, and he can also join the fights in a moment's notice.
Yeah,
And
at a
he
moment's
has
notice.
a
Okay.
Gundam scepter done already.
tower is under
So that's a big team fight
so-
item.
The Dawnbreaker.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a Crimson Guard also ready here. Careful, that's not how you want to get initiated on for
11.
11. Thank you, yes. Crimson ready. Blink at the ready as they try and defend the tier 2 tower. I
Oh, he
don't
got
know
hit by
about
the
this.
arrow.
Actually caught
Oh,
the
no.
Ember Spirit. How did they time that? No shackles coming through immediately. There's going to be the Scythe of Vice as they try and get onto Schwann. Saved there by the Glimmer Cape. 11 doing a lot of work there with the Crimson Guard active as well, but it's not the fight the Trailer Park Boys were looking for.
Oh, they were really lucky there. I don't know how much about that was timed, but he just shoot a random arrow. Sometimes he lands and then you win a team fight. Gotta be willing to take the chance. Anyway, they got the tower, so it was fine. Then get the kill. The kill would have been the icing on the cake, but they got the tower, so they can control the outpost now. take Roche. Whatever they want to do next.
Yeah, world's their oyster with that. I think the only downside is they didn't really use any ults.
Just the wards. Shaman ward.
Yeah, just the wards.
Yeah, Centaur has dagger. He is here to show it off. Ayat. You are the first recipient
See
of
if they
my
can get the
blink
chicken
stun.
this time. Oh, the echo. That's perfect. Essie, he is nuked first. And there's that Solar Guardian doing so much work. Now 11 trying to escape, but it might as well be a fruitless endeavor. He's going to be held down by the shackles. He knew he was going nowhere. Cox with a double kill in that fight, but a beautiful Echo Slam there to set everything up. In fact, they're looking for the +1. A great fissure. That's absolutely perfect, but he does get shackled to the tree. So it seems like he'll be able to escape just safe and sound.
Yeah, that's a very, very nice echo. They're stopping everything, you know, catching two heroes, the Ember and the Warlock. They're kind of like out of position a little bit. Too near to each other. Easy fight again, you know, for Team Essence now. They're gonna reap the seeds planted there, you know. They're gonna get Roche.
Indeed, down he goes.
I mean, I don't feel like the fight should be going that badly for them. You have, they just need to have the right coordination. Centaur goes in, you stun, you start the fight. As soon as the Shaman, the Earthshaker come in, or the Solar Guardian, you drop the rock, and the Fatal Bonds is going to be very big there. And the PA jumps in with BKB. I think they have to be a little bit more patient. You know, just let the Wind Ranger cause some havoc. Shackle, and you know, try to let her farm her Gale Force, and then you have tools to poke around in a team fight.
How do you see 11's role kind of developing in this game? You know, I think he's not had such a clear, you know, well, he's not had a great game. Honestly, he's 0-2-1, right?
Like his role in the team fight or his role in the game? I mean,
I think a bit of
frontline.
both.
I think the team fights he would like to land his initiation on either the Shaman or the Shaker. So I think ideally you let the Wind Ranger do her thing. But at the same time, they don't really have a front line, right? So Centaur is the front line. So Centaur has to go first most of the time. Start the fight, create some distraction, and then hopefully your Rock and Wind Ranger Shaker Shot is going to land big. We got the Hex. Ayat is here again. There's a Rock to protect him.
Yep, Echo Slam as well to keep him in place. He catches an arrow, down he goes. SC, oh, he's actually still alive thanks to the Crimson Guard. A little force stab forward, trying to chase, and he is good to go.
He got fed a Lotus.
The healing, it's simply too high, but 11, he's lost that Crimson Guard buff this time around, and he will be killed off. Ayat, he's just getting in there. He's actually found a beautiful lockdown onto the Phantom Assassin. She gets at least a Blink Strike away. 423 still alive by the skin of his teeth. Look at them give chase. Will they miss that auto attack? They don't, but I think there's just enough healing such that he lives. The Ember Spirit caught and killed underneath his tier 4 towers. Team Essence running over the Trailer Park boys.
They're evicting them from the trailer park right now. Not much they can
are.
do. Echo Slam is always very big with the Solar Guardian.
There's no wheels. There's no wheels on the trailer park anymore. They're sitting on bricks. They're not very mobile. Where are they going to go?
Go to the next game, I'm afraid. Yeah, I mean, they just got jumped first, you know, so they couldn't really set up. The Rock was used very defensively. It was just the Warlock and the Centaur in that area. There was like no follow-up. Just couldn't really catch a breath, you know. I mean, this is like
fighting under enemy vision.
This is like the result of like already losing so much, you know. So I mean, back to like the problems. The problem started way earlier, you know, when they couldn't really coordinate well enough to win any team fights with the Warlock and Centaur. I kind of probably would have preferred the Wind Ranger to actually just get the shard first, you know, because it helps with the team fight setup, you know. You don't really need ATOS as much this game because you already have Ember and Centaur. So you have two ways of stunning fights. You're not really light on the stun or catch department.
I think like that's why I was I don't know, like sometimes when you play these games it feels difficult when you're the Centaur in these games where it's like you want to try, you need to frontline, but also your team would really appreciate it if someone else started the fights besides you. Like if you could be the counter initiation, it's hard to frontline and counter initiate.
Yeah, meanwhile, 423. Oh, they found him.
Oh no! Why is that TP so long?
Yeah, I'm not sure where he TP'd.
I'm not sure where he TP'd to either, but if it was back to the fountains, he's going the fast way now. Kashi setting a trap here, just sitting being chillin' under Moonlight Shadow. Am I crazy? Did that not seem like a kind of a long TP?
Yeah, I didn't think the cancel of the Starbreaker would come on time, yeah.
Me too. Tier 3 tower down top lane. Akashi leading Team Essence into the high ground where the first barracks will crumble. It's just those range racks though. And now that the metamorphosis has expired, they're going to be back down to the low ground.
To distance, they had no chance.
Excuse me. Game's getting pretty hard, man. Ayad. They might be able to find 11. 11 actually finds a blink. The Echo Slime's committed, though. Arrow sailing on through is not going to catch many, if anything at all. Golem onto 3 with the Fatal Bonds on top. Not bad, but in comes Cox trying to make a difference as he tries to lay down the damage on the Starbreaker. BKB active by 423, gets on top of and takes down the Shaker. Once again, the Chicken able to escape, but he leaves behind Cox, who is trapped inside of the Warlock Soup. Eventually able to free himself here, but he's going absolutely nowhere as the Ember dancing around him takes down the...
Yeah, two very big kills.
That was a big fight.
Yeah, and that's how the team fight should look, you know, with the spells coming out correctly. Center goes in, and then there's the Golem to follow up. Yeah, for once they get their coordination done well. So they win a fight. 2 big kills, 2 cores. And Aya is on the prowl again. And he is just relentless on this Shaman, looking for openings. It's been pretty impressive by how many openings he's been finding, you know, for his team. And when he has his 15, it'll be a lot easier for them to kill the PA when he gets the break talent.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Oh, hold on. Ulti. That's going to be top lane. They're giving chase. Oh, he's actually running away. Ayad. Yeah, he's going to be able to catch up to him. Do they have the magic and physical damage? Absolutely. 11 taken down.
Tower is under attack.
Uh-oh. They might get another lane, or the finish the top lane, I guess, is more accurate here. These TB illusions, they do pack a punch.
Are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Serpent wards for mid as well. 15 seconds until the Centaur respawns. 11 does have buyback, as they'll even commit the Glyph of Fortification here. 423 is still farming away in the enemy jungle, trying to get at least another item online, as I think that's the Metamorphosis now wearing down, but with the illusions and the Serpent wards, that is going to be a second tier 3 tower, maybe even the ranged barracks now. I kind of take a look at it. Yeah, the wards just focusing them down. That is ranged racks. Very well done. I will say, Winter, one downside if you take massive Serpent Ward is that you can't deny your Serpent Wards with other Serpent Wards and troll enemies.
Yeah, just don't take it. Get the chicken fingers. Win some
No,
games.
but it's so funny, dude. Big snake.
Doesn't
20
win
auto
you
attacks to
games.
kill it.
Yeah, but it doesn't win you the game.
No, sometimes it... No, it usually doesn't.
There's a lot of like meme facets that are fun to play, but doesn't win you the game.
Are you upset that they removed reverse polarity, or did you think it was time for it to go?
I thought there was a place for it. I
Me
think
too.
I mentioned this to you before. When you have a range carry, they're going on your carry. You use RRP, push them away so you save your carry. Yeah, certainly applications for that. There's always that one game for that one thing.
Hex. Shackles, Mac finding a nice stun onto 2 onto the back lines, but this is a very, very tanky Centaur despite a long stun out from the arrow and the Shackles combined. 11 still lives. Metamorphosis has been committed here as there's another Hex Shackles, this time onto the Ember Spirit. They're going to commit the Golem to free him from those Shackles and allow him to get at least a bit further back. But the Fissure into the Echo Slam follow-up onto the 2 of them. Oh, it's a perfect initiation there. Lovely stuff from Mac as they will open up the high ground now. They've got buyback on both those heroes, Winter, but they don't have a golem.
Dire's middle barracks.
Serpent Wards drop for bottom. The pressure is on. Essence keeping pedal to the metal as they look to secure the megas here just over 30 minutes into game 1.
It's the last
Okay,
round.
there's a
They're buying
stun.
back.
They do at least get on top of this TB. Akashi still alive for now, though, and 11. He's being kited far outside of the base. Oh, the Sunder actually got off in time. 423 gets on top of the TB now with the BKB active, trying to run him down. He's going to turn back for the easier kill. He decides onto Cox. Fatal Bonds applied, spilling over the damage, but the Shackles stopping 423 from securing the kill as the counter initiation this time from Essence, having kited them outside of the base. They look to close out game number 1 in the series. Mac, another great fissure here as he locates SC in the fight. It's 423 though, no support. He is going to die again, and that is GG well played. Essence, they dominate game number 1 here.
Yeah, very, very convincing game here from Team Essence.
Ally attack speed bonus. So I think
50.
it's whatever he...
Yeah, 50. So it's just...
50% of what you get from Berserker's Rage, right?
I mean, that could be a lot. So we could see like a crazy Monkey King killing everything.
That'd be
So
pretty
the
cool.
troll is the support to buff the Monkey King.
He's going to need it with how we expect this mid lane to go.
Okay, let's see. You know, it's interesting. Very interesting from
Big.
Team Essence.
Black Cox. Very, very good, guys. Very good.
Don't get in trouble.
I don't know why I read that out. What's wrong with me? Yep,
Isn't there
we know,
a
guys.
rule for players when they say something.
I don't know. Let's just move on, shall we?
Yeah, the SEA
gonna be-
players always like to live life on the edge, you know.
To battle.
Come on, guys. I mean, we went through a DPC season of this already. I mean, we gotta really...
Oh, Akashi.
He's
Hello,
gonna get caught
surprise.
here. Gondar, Blood Grenade thrown. They took God's Rebuke early on. He's gonna turn with the Whirling Axes, trying to live a bit longer. Blood Grenade thrown in response. A second Blood Grenade might just be enough damage for him to live. He consumes the Tango. Oh, and he's
He's
gonna live.
alive. He's
Oh, he
alive.
lived on like 7 HP. I can't believe it.
The battle begins.
Well, you better believe it. He's walking back to base. Now they're gonna
Yeah,
pick up
that he is.
the runes. Oh, the last one. Fight for the runes. Right, Cox is gonna get it. Well, that was an expensive goal, you know. I think it was actually really good for Team Essence. As the Primal Bug boys they used both their blood grenades. They lost a lot of HP. Yeah, definitely not worth for them.
I'm returning to the line. Do you think this is why a lot of times teams just decide to play, like, take it easy, like have a very consistent start to your lane? Because even if you don't lose first blood, you might put yourself really on the back foot, as we can see 11 is at the moment.
Yeah, you sometimes just feel like it's just better to not try anything like that at all, you know. But I do feel like you have to pick your moments, right? Sometimes you just want to do it because of the nature of the drafts, right? Some drafts are just way stronger at level 1, so you want to take full advantage of it. I mean, if you have clearly the stronger lineup, you're not exactly risking a lot, right? When you're moving in a smoke to try and get a first blood.
Yeah, risk reward, right? I think especially if you have like an enemy Viper or some kind of really, I cannot die on this hero kind of a die, you know? You get first blood to one of your cores. Maybe it's worth it, but you could also really set yourself up in the opposite situation, right? We'll see how things get going here. I'm excited to see the Maiden. What did he take? Did he take the Crystal, the Nova Guard or whatever it is?
No one gets that. That is absolutely garbage, I tell you.
Okay, so it's
How about
Glacial
Arcane
Guard.
overflowing some. Okay. I play quite
I
a lot of CM. When I see that Fessa, I'm like, what? Why?
What I really like about casting with you is sometimes when I'll suggest something just open-ended to, to have a conversation about it, you just get so offended by the notion someone would not take a facet or something. Like, it just makes me laugh.
Yeah, it's just like
Just
someone
makes
telling me.
Wait,
You know-
hold on. What is going on mid lane? I thought this monkey was about to get destroyed. He's 14-3? Surely this gets more difficult for him with levels, right?
No, maybe I'm wrong. Because I'm not a mid player. I mean, you would think that Lash with the lightning spam is going to have the edge. I also don't know how much it has to do with the wave, right? The first attempt on the, who was it? The troll where the Lash used like what 2 or 3 lightning storms, so he used a lot of mana.
Right.
But yeah, I mean maybe this lane is actually not that one-sided for Lash. It's actually a 50-50 lane. Because Monkey you can just kind of pull the wave because you have long range. You can just attack from far. It's difficult for the Lash to get close to you to get the diabolic damage. Yeah, I mean this is
Wow.
doesn't look like a terrible lane, you know, for the Monkey actually.
Yeah, shockingly. Mac even going so far as to, you know, tank 2 tower hits there. Just to make sure he can get...
This is why they
the
wanted
Jingu.
the Monkey mid. This
I guess
matchup
so.
is good for the Monkey King. You learn something every day.
I'm still not so convinced, to be honest with you. But we'll see. I mean,
Yeah,
there's still
but
a few solid minutes left of the laning
sometimes you don't
stage.
need to be convinced, you know. Sometimes you just need to believe that the pro players know what they're doing. That's what I learned.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Hey, I definitely believe that pro players believe they know what they're doing.
Oh,
okay,
TP,
nice
disruptor.
stun there.
It's a good
Yeah,
move.
this could be a really, really nice catch, actually. But look at Mac taking a ton of damage with the Edict enabled. Narman, he's rotating on
Oof,
through. We'll
I thought that
find
was
it
a kill.
difficult to find a stun, that is, until Mac goes takes a step forward. They find the kill. Ponyo, he glimpsed the Lashrak back under tower.
Wow, that looked like
but it's-
it was gonna turn into like a good glimpse back, but Trump played a really, really cool stand there. And not to mention Narman coming in at the right time. They didn't see he was there. That's why they tried to fight. And then poop,
Yep.
Shuriken toss with the shadow wall. Right click. Bye bye.
One of my favorite position 4 players, man.
Narman.
Hustler, Narman. Yeah.
Hustler. Reality Rift, Hustler.
Yeah, yes, sir. The SCA stat, or the Singapore team. Ponyo, I don't think they reach him here a second time, but he's going to be sent packing back home.
He's gonna get hunted down. I know.
No,
I
Narman.
know this
Oh,
disruptor.
Narman. That's going to be Phil. Oh,
Oh.
hold on. Thinking. He's making him feel safe first, you know?
He's waiting
And
for
then he
his
says,
shadow walk
yes.
cool down.
Right here underneath the tower. That's where we kill him. Well, it's okay. He's burning the mana of Ponyo. Does his Mars need him? I guess not, huh? The Troll's just going to do his thing. Mars is going to do his thing. And down bottom, how are we looking here? TB
No, mid
is
lane,
doing
Narman.
swimmingly.
Mac in trouble.
Oh, again? Oh, that's a big boundless
That was-
strike, though. Akashi.
That was so close to being a disaster for Mac. And this is how you know he plays a lot of Monkey King. He knows exactly how much he can play his limit.
Yeah, sure helps when you can just lifesteal a bajillion HP at level 5, too.
Yeah, they entered the glyph there actually.
I think that matters less now, right? I thought the lifesteal changes made it much less effective to lifesteal off of creeps again. Am I wrong? Hold on, this troll might be in a spot of bother. Gets hit by the rebuke. The axes, though, do keep him protected.
Yeah, not the easiest target to bring down, you know, troll. Pretty tanky hero. 6 minutes. Power runes are gonna spawn. Lashrak really wants a haste rune, so he can kill
Yeah, it's a
heroes.
shield bottom.
Oh, the monkey's
Mac
gonna
will,
be aggressive here. He has a shield. They're tipping in the other support as well. Ayat is coming in.
Bit of damage now. Wukong's command here, right at level 6. They're just going to let loose and try and find the kill there. Ponyo needs to find the reach. Oh, and just can't quite get it. I think it must be level 1 glimpse, right?
Yep,
Just
level
no
1
attack
glimpse.
or no cast range.
It's close. Very, very close. I like the idea. Bringing in the Ringmaster there to fight. I mean, it's going to be a round 2 fight here. 6 heroes mid. Nobody even going for the wisdom shrines here.
The boundless strike here from the river. Oh, the Tame the Beast is going to whiff. The missing 3B now damage is significant. As Mac, he will chase up high ground. He's going to take a lot more damage now as Maiden attempts to stand in the way. All right, 11, he's rotating through a beautiful arena from the low ground. And they don't even... Oh, I think they might get him now. Yeah, okay, they will get the Leshrac at the end of the day. But it's a 1-for-3 trade. Hardly feels worth it, Winter.
Yeah, definitely not worth it. You know, they just push the limits a little bit too much there, trying to go for the kill on the Lash. It's excellent rotation there by 11, regardless, you know, making sure that they save the Lash rack. And that's a little bit of the power of the Glacier Guard, right? Having that small little physical damage block, you know, to help you survive. I mean, these are things where I was mentioning before. If you don't play against this hero a lot, sometimes you just forget, right? There's that small little extra block, you know, you don't account for. You go for the kill.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Oh, Mac even baited
how
me
did
there.
he get the rune?
Oh, what the heck? Mac's got the haste
They're all
rune
dead.
now. Les is really wishing he got that
Just like
one.
that.
But Cogs jumping on in. So the Guardian to secure the kill.
I guess they didn't expect him to just run down and pick up the rune. So they weren't expecting a hero to come over. So they were waiting for Lash to pick up the rune. Well, Mac definitely has some balls of steel right there, you know, walking into two heroes. Right away, he sees them and he just doesn't care, you know, just picks up the rune. I think this is really good when you're playing Monkey King. You have to be super aggressive on this hero.
Yeah, and shout out to the Essence supports. They have 2 wards mid, right? One right next to the tower and then one in the river watching the top power rune spawn. And Essence have been playing around these very well for the past few minutes, really prioritizing the Monkey King, applying a lot of pressure mid. Maybe this is like how the Monkey King could beat him. Like the Lesh simply just can't fight into this many heroes this early, while the Monkey, he doesn't mind.
Well, more fighting. It's
Wukong's
another round. Round 400.
Round
Glimpse?
4, it feels like, yeah. Glimpse is not too effective against the Crystal Maiden.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is the
Wukong's
type
gonna
of
so
Dota you
long.
want to see every game, right? Non-stop fighting from the lanes.
Yeah, it's like turbo mode.
Top tower is under attack.
You get 6v6, I mean 3v3 mid, turbo mode.
Yeah, more often than you think. Usually it's one of the side lanes, to be honest with you. But it happens every now and then in the mid lane. All right, so there's a D ward. That might now put a pause to all this
TP?
aggression. Or maybe we'll just rotate top where there's going to be 4 dire heroes. Mac completes his TP scroll. 11 trying to escape, but he has no way out of this one. Everyone's just running into the arena walls. That's how excited they are to keep fighting. Oh, but Chuan doing the damage alongside the freezing field. Cox jumps on in, does manage to at least find a decent stun. It's a full 5-on-5 now as the Sunder coming through to try and save Chuan a bit longer. He will live thanks to that Sunder.
Man,
In
these
essence, they'll
teams,
lose 3.
they're just bringing the numbers to every single fight, yeah? Team Trailer Park boys, they realize that they just have to do the same thing. I mean, it was a good setup from Essence initially to catch the Mars with the glimpse into TP. But they were not able to get out, you know, with the heroes. Good response there by Trailer Park boys there. Getting the rebuttal kills, bringing the numbers, bringing the TB in as well. I think it was really important that 4-2-3 came to that fight to at least get his Sunder off and some right clicks, you know. They wouldn't have won the fight regardless.
Yeah, wow, that's a fantastic way to wrap up that sequence of events, Trailer Park boys. Getting the better of round number 4. I'm sure we'll only have to wait another 30 seconds for round 5.
Who's keeping count? It's round 10.
That's gonna feel that way, huh?
Would be so nice if they really had track, you know.
Yeah, true, actually.
Just got
Yeah, because
track.
at some point, this is going to just be way better for the Trailer Park boys now. Essence need to keep that in mind, especially with what the big game hunter.
And Lash has Kaya done, so he gets to clear some stacks now, has to speed up his farm. And it's looking good, you know, for Trailer Park boys to start. I mean, Team Essence got outnumbered many times, you know, they made a lot of very forceful movements. Even though I kind of understand why they did it. But it was just overall, you know, good response by Trailer Park boys to punish their over-aggression on the Disruptor.
Indeed. And now do hit a brief farming period, a little break, a lull in the action, some might say.
Time to get your levels. So Disruptor and Ringmaster already get their level 6. Bounty's level 6. CM's already level 8. Holy, this CM is fat.
Yeah, Disruptor in some trouble now. The Glimpse doesn't really do a lot. In fact, it kind of stops Mac from connecting too many heroes here. Maiden prevented from using the freezing field. Great spell casting there as both supports dead in the river. Essence, not the prettiest of fights, but their priorities on point.
Yeah, they got some very needed kills there. And some levels, some gold, space for the Dawn. I mean, they still have Solar Guardian, so they can still go for small little fights if they want to here. I mean, Ayat is looking for someone here. They know the Mars is around the vicinity. He's probably alone, so they're bringing the numbers here. I mean, Tro can probably join if he wants to through the gate. I mean, I like how 11's moving. He's moving away. He's going to the gate. He knows that he might be a target, so he's just waiting on the high ground to see what should he be doing.
Dire are scanning.
There's a lot of cat and mouse here, pushing the creep waves, trying to predict what your opponents are doing, where they're moving, and trying to outmaneuver them, outfox them. You know, Disruptor Static Storm is coming back online, so they should be making a move very soon. Wheel of Wonder ready again in 15 seconds. And Tron, Narman, and SC already on the move with a smoke here.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, Trailer Park Boys trying to find some action top lane. They'll have to go through the gate or TP if they want to fight, as Essence seem to be gearing up for a tier 1 tower push down bottom.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Glyph is used, but it's always scary to TP when you don't know where the Monkey King is, huh? You could just be sitting in a tree watching everyone TP.
Daytime, because the Monkey King can see you. Nighttime, I would say that it's a lot safer.
Is under attack.
Usually you don't worry too much.
And Mac will not show under the tower. But Trailer Park Boys, again, not willing to fight into this one. They'll go ahead and take their opportunities, or this opportunity to farm.
They have an Arcane Rune on Lash, so this should be a moment for them to look to be aggressive. They have wards placed up in the jungle behind the tower, so they see everything. Dagger on 11 is ready to set up a big fight for the Lash to destroy everything with the Arcane Rune.
Tower is under attack.
And Team Essence have to be very, very careful. They don't have a sentry, so they can't really deward this, or he's gonna die. Yeah, he's dead.
Onyo trying to escape. Nice spear into the box, though, is not going to save him too much pure damage. And now, at least the Wheel of Wonder placed down on top of Cox's ulti. They try to at least isolate and save the Leshrac with the Arena of Blood. A decent effort, but it's not going to work out here. A 1-for-2 trade, as Trailer Park Boys, they will lose their mid in exchange for 2 supports.
Yeah, not too bad. We got some track kills there, so it's okay to lose the Lash there. Good trade, I think.
Good point.
Overall.
That's a good point.
I mean, 423 has been farming up a Storm, right? Top net worth, almost 8k net worth at 15 minutes here. He's coming to join the fight. Almost has his Manta. This wants to help get the tower.
11. Good to catch here. It's going to be the Disruptor. Kinetic Fence is online. Does get off the Static Storm. Ponyo, one right click away from dying, will eventually die. Narman's down, though, so they won't have any track kills in this engagement for another 20 seconds. As, once again, without that tier 1 tower down, it's hard to go diving for kills like that.
Well, at least they killed the Disruptor, so they could just cleanly disengage there. No glimpse kills happening. So back to farming. I mean, Terrorblade already has his Manta. He is so farmed this game. And we already mentioned that in the late game, the Troll most of the time can't really stand up to a Terrorblade. So Team Essence, if the game goes longer, it's going to be quite worrisome for them, you know, to deal with a Terrorblade. I mean, he is the strongest hero in this game when he goes late. I mean, this mid tower, I can't believe it's still alive.
It's still up. Yeah,
There's been so
versus
much
the Lash.
fighting.
I mean, but he's gone misanthropy, right?
Yeah, but
So I guess
still,
it's
you know,
not-
there's been so much action happening in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Don't expect the tower to be still alive.
Structures are
No, it'll go. Well, Essence will fortify, but it'll eventually go down. No cores in the vicinity means that this tower is as good as dead. 4-2-3, pummeling it down with those illusions. What are Essence farming up for? They're clearly willing to trade some map space and, you know, chilling
BKB?
out for just a few minutes.
I think Troll BKB. They have to really
Yeah.
think about when is Troll going to join the game, right? Because Terrorblade has been coming to the last couple of fights. He's been very useful for his team. And yeah, so having the Troll join would be very, very nice. So they get the shard for the Ringmaster.
It's not
Spotlight.
terrible, actually, against the illusions. Yeah.
Yeah, decent
That's
against
like-
the illusions. Quite nice.
How much damage does it do against illusions? Does a lot, actually. Almost.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, 50% health loss on those illusions. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot now when the illusions are not that
freezing
strong,
field.
but
The plate
eventually...
mill return a lot of damage.
Oh, yes it did. Cox, he is going to drop, but Mac up in the trees, thinking about making a fight out of this. We'll think better now that 4-2-3 has picked up a secondary support. Ponyo's down.
Yeah, this bounty hunter just setting up a play again, you know, finding heroes, giving them the vision. There's the power of having a scout, you know, in this position for a hero, just running around. I think this is where Naman shines a lot, and he's really good with the invis heroes.
Oh,
Yule
Yule Scepter by
Spear.
11. Great spear back into the arms of Narman. SC getting ready to set up as well on the Frostbite. Mac does have the ultimate. Wheel of Wonder doesn't actually catch 11 here. And the box save is good for the time being, but Mac very little HP to play with. The spear is going to miss. The second Frostbite is actually going to cost the life of SC, but it allows 4-2-3 to pick up the kill onto the enemy mid.
Yeah, good outcome for them. Good trade. They still have the Lasher around the area. He is almost completing his Bloodstone. So he'll be very, very strong. And then again, I feel like there's just no rush for them to look for fights. Because they have the better scaling. The game goes longer with their Tricorps, Mars Slash, Terrorblade. I think late game, this Dawn, Troll, Monkey King, they should, on paper, should lose, you know, to the Terrorblade Lash Mars trio. And they have some crazy team fight with the Disruptor, Axe, if they can get there, and the Ringmaster. But they have to get there, you know. Right now, I would say that Trailer Park Boys are in a pretty comfortable spot. And Narman, once again, doing his thing, you know, scouting. Don't know if he saw them moving bottom, but there's a Troll tracked up, farming very close to their territory, so they might smell something is going on the bottom area. Tron is retreating.
Sneaky ward here.
Is he retreating?
Yeah. Little spotlight action as Mac
In
from
this
the
rune?
trees so
Get the rune?
suddenly. Yep. Can they actually take him down in time? Absolutely. Great use of the kinetic fence to make sure he had nowhere to run. But 11, he's going to counter-initiate now. Catches 2 inside the Arena of Blood. The Wheel of Wonder offering protection now for Mac. But he's dying against the walls of the arena. The Boundless Strike Shard out to get away from his own reflection as Cox left behind. Don't think he makes it out here either. He is going to be the sacrificial
They
lamb.
killed the
Another
monkey
dragon
though.
kill.
He didn't die to the vessel. He was able to get out.
Yeah.
Get out. So it was fine for them.
Good.
1 for 1 so
11
far.
jumping forward again now. Another spear. And Narman here to close the gap. Reapplies the track. Another vessel charge. Kinetic fence. Is that going to allow Ponyo to escape here? Giving chase with the Demon Zeal move speed, the reflection. And Ponyo, you can run, but you can't hide from your own reflection. 4-2-3, a second kill. 6-0 and was that 2 now on the CB?
I mean, the Lash didn't actually pop the rune, right? He was able to pop his other spells, but I think he should have probably popped the rune there. Because the Invis rune gives you like 30% damage resistance though. So maybe he doesn't die there. It would have been really close though. I mean, it was still a favorable outcome for Team Trailer Park Boys, and they get to push another tower. Meta is up. This tower should be going down very easy. Don't even need to use meta, it seems. Just the Demon Zeal.
Dire structures are fortified.
And things are looking very promising for Trailer Park Boys to bring this to a game 3 here. Team Essence, they have to find an answer quickly before the Terrorblade is going to be out of control. Glimpse, they need to see the Lash. He has an illusion rune, maybe he can dodge the Glimpse.
Let's see if he can get it done.
Oh, no.
Nope, he cannot. A bit too early. Trying to turn at least with the Bloodstone lifesteal, but it's nothing he can do against 5 heroes. That was going to save him.
Yeah, that is a huge kill for Team Essence. a step in the right direction here. Coming back into the game. BKB is done on Akashi.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Right.
attack.
I was going to say, I almost can't believe that they didn't find the tier 1 tower yet. Down it
Oh, another
goes.
catch.
Okay. Arena
Arena.
of Blood. They actually find a nice jump there. The box buying a little bit of time. The Wheel of Wonder as well to counter initiate as Cox jumps in with the ulti. They focus first onto the supports. Down goes the Bounty Hunter. SC, he might be up next as Akashi even pops the BKB. Will be pulled back into his death by the Glimpse. It's a 2 versus 5 now. 4-2-3 realizing he's outnumbered. He's going to have to turn around and farm with whatever he's got left of that Metamorphosis. Decent fight.
Circles on circles, man. Solar Guardian on the arena, and then there's the
Right.
Disruptor.
Don't
And
get
there's
dizzy.
the Wheel of Wonder. Well, at least they only lost the 2 supports, but still a good trade for Team Essence. It puts them back on track towards their comeback trail. They need one more good fight like this. Mac is still working on his BKB, which he desperately needs if he wants to enter the fight. It's too much magic damage right now. Mid Slayer alone is not enough. But we're also starting to see the power of this, the Dawnbreaker, you know. It's kind of like blocking out a lot of the damage coming out from your Lash. All those small little damage over time spells. And he's going for more of the Solar Guardian playstyle here. Taking the left talent at 15. Reduce Solar Guardian cooldown. So I assume at 20 he's also going to go for the Solar Guardian Radius with the axe.
Are scanning.
So he's going to be doing a lot of healing. Now bear in mind they're still on the clock. You don't want the game to be going very late against the Terrorblade. He is 6-0 right now, very strong. But before he gets to the butterfly, he is still going to be able to kill him. But he is going to get the butterfly now. 100 gold. Butterfly, Dragonlance, Manta. 23 minutes. Can't ask for a fatter TB than this. And it's going to take a very long time before they have answers for this evasion. Like, who is actually going to get the MKB? None of the heroes want to get the MKB. It's so sad, yeah? Monkey King needs to get an MKB.
Dire are scanning.
I know, right? He should just spawn with one in. He fought hard. He killed the whale for it or whatever. He's had a hard enough life, Winter. He was born in a rock.
He was born in a rock. He was also punished to be under like a mountain because he was so mischievous.
Yeah, Chinese mythology is just kind of wild sometimes. I watched some Chinese movie with my girlfriend, and it was like, ah, yes, that's this guy. We all know what he does. And then he just like lifts a river and throws it at someone. I'm like, wow. We'll see though.
Enjoy it
I mean,
more than Greek mythology.
it's new to me, so yeah, I definitely enjoy it. It's pretty fun. Well, okay, they're committing now for this Roche freezing field to try and finish it off as fast as possible. No one from Essence in the area. So I almost called them the Backstreet Boys, but these are the Trailer Park Boys, a very different group of
Backstreet
young
Boys.
men.
Wrong timeline, my friend.
Wrong timeline, not the Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys is like my father's time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Tell me you
The
didn't.
90s?
You didn't.
Is under attack.
It's the
You
90s.
didn't have the Backstreet Boys playing in the LAN cafe.
No. What the hell? Who plays Backstreet Boys at the LAN cafe? We are listening to some Dota music.
Listening to We Are Electric.
Yeah, we are electric.
There it
and
is.
We are
When-
listening
Is
to
under attack.
Visita Rida Dota.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, that
Esprella Lita Dota. Yeah,
Yeah, those
another
are the,
classic song.
the music that kept us alive, at the LAN cafe. Midnight,
Yep.
4 a.m. Still not going home. One more game, listening to the music, and then when you're done, you go to McDonald's. You order the breakfast, the hash
Porridge.
browns.
Radiant's top tower is
You
under
go
attack.
home after breakfast. You sleep.
Dire's
Well, technically, that's not breakfast anymore.
I suppose that's true because you never.
You wake
Well,
up and eat
I don't know.
breakfast. That is what breakfast is. But this is eat
If
and
you
sleep.
look at the words, breakfast is just the meal you eat after you fast. I'm pretty sure, Winter, you probably went 10+ hours back in the LAN cafe days without eating. Am I wrong?
No lah. There's food everywhere. It's like Keropok, Leko, there's a mama store downstairs, there's like a Burger Ramly.
Very well.
It's like an all-you-can-eat
Very
buffet downstairs, you know.
This is
Have you
been an
ever
all-you-can-eat
been?
cafe for 423.
Man, have you been to a LAN cafe with no food? You kidding?
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, Winter. By the time I moved to Malaysia in 2019, there weren't a whole lot of them left.
Tower is under attack.
Well, I guess you're right.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, unfortunately, I didn't hear the Backstreet Boys at the LAN cafe. I didn't hear any music at the LAN cafe because there weren't really too many of them. Here we go, though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's time. A little bit of a high ground siege, at least considering it for the Trailer Park boys, but trouble on the opposite side of the map. You can see that tree moving inconspicuously. That's actually a Monkey King. Akashi's just
Akashi,
running
manning
straight
up.
in.
He is
He
manning
just
up.
thinks he can take this fight. All right, kinetic fence now. Max committed the ultimate. Does poke out at least the Bloodstone out from Chuan. He's going to decide to now retreat
That is so
further
weird
away.
to watch. Like both the fences blocking both entrances.
Quick hands, man. Those are vector targeted abilities.
Well, this is making me want to play this hero. And though I hate playing
It's
this
good,
hero.
man.
You get
This is not
bullied-
new.
You get bullied in the lane. Yeah, but the map's new, right? So I just feel like a lot of this usage of these weird spells become a lot better when they change a lot of the ramps, you know. When the ramps change, then certain spells like this, you know, because the fence kind of nicely blocks a lot of the ramps, you know. I don't know if you tried it out already. So it becomes very useful in the game. Before there were a lot more large entrances, large ramps. Now the ramps are more, but they're smaller, so you can block a lot of them.
It's more choke points.
Yeah, small choke points, correct.
Yeah.
And it's also a time where you want a position 5 team fighter, you know. Disruptor is one of them. I mean, the reason you didn't see this hero a lot is mainly because he is a weak laner. And when he was strong in the lane, you saw him every game. Remember the shard, the Imba Thunder Strike? He has the Imba shard.
Oh, the one that would like it give you attack speed and you can ground target it, right?
And after that, they nerfed it. Everything is gone. It is gone.
Yeah, the biggest nerf to that was like you can only apply it to enemies, and then everyone's like, "This is garbage. Why would I want to cast my Thunder
Yeah, the
Strike
thing
on
is
an
you're
enemy?"
farming, because he gets to farm, you know. When you get to max your nuke, in the early game, it always feels really good, you know, with Disruptor when you don't have to skill your fence. And not your fence, but your kinetic field, you know. Circle one.
Right.
I mean, the more players play on the map, the more people will figure things out, you know. I think eventually this probably will become the go-to, getting the fence.
Really, you think so?
Yeah, I think it's just very useful, you know. A lot of utility.
Is under attack.
I mean, it feels weird, right? Because you kind of want the field to combo with your Static Storm. But I think
Bottom tower is
there's
under
just way
attack.
too many places where the fence is actually going to be very useful. And not to mention, you have 2 charges, you know, on it. With the field, you only have 1. There's a lot of endless applications on the map with the fence.
I agree. I agree.
Middle tower is
Like I said, I think it's a wonderful thing that Dota has a few alternative styles of playing, even well-established heroes. As we do hit daytime at the 30-minute mark, Essence, they reveal the whole map briefly with the break of dawn, and then they see that the Aegis has been reclaimed. Back to just even, Winter, 16 to 14. This is exactly what I ordered, basically. A nice even game.
Time to fight, Richie. Monkey King Bar is on the Troll. The Troll and Monkey King has combined into a same hero now.
are scanning.
Terrible.
A monkey troll.
here we
Okay,
go.
okay, that could be trouble. The Wheel of Wonder, that's a fantastic start. Gets a Force Staff, allows him to BKB at the very least. 4-2-3 is cut off by the kinetic fences. Oh no, Akashi, he's fighting the illusions under the battle trance. Finally gets onto
good
the
stun,
Reveal,
big
the Boundless Strike onto 2. They get the Maiden. Can they get 4-2-3? No, he gets off the Sunder in time. Ponyo, he's been his blood bag of choice. Mac activates the BKB, trying to fight through this one, but he's lost his carry Monkey. He's trying to run for his life, but there's too much damage applied. That last auto attack, 50 HP. He's
has a
tracked,
gem.
though. They're running after him.
He has to run.
11. He's found Cox now over in the secret shop, and that is going to be another kill there for Chuan. Mac is still farming.
Yeah, he actually might get him in the end. Is there a creep to bound? Okay, no, he can't. And you saw how strong the Terrorblade. This is why Terrorblade late game into like he does not feel like throw Monkey King, you know, all this physical damage, he goes this Dawnbreaker. He has so much armor, he just shrugs it off. Doesn't even have to use his Sunder, just BKB stands and fights, you know. Just destroys them, man. And then the troll kinda, I think he popped his ulti a little too early. He was trying to kill the Lash, but Lash has Ghost Scepter, you know. He got outplayed there by the Ghost Scepter. That's why he was like hitting the illusions. You were like, hey, why is he hitting illusions? Because of the Ghost Scepter.
Yeah, that'll do it. I was wondering why he like ran from the river to hit him, man.
Yeah. I mean, this is why Troll is not a reliable hero. You never know when he decides to show up for work or he doesn't decide to show up for work. You know, he just wants to sleep, you know, and not come to work. That's what happened. You know,
really good 4-staff though. I'm not sure who was it. 4-2-3 that 4-staff the Lesh. I wonder. No, it was the Maiden. Okay,
could be one of them.
Saved the Lesh from the Wheel of Wonder. You know.
Yeah, I feel like he was gonna be probably fine anyway, with the Solar Crest and the Glacial Guard, giving him like the barriers and everything. Maybe he would have been okay. I mean, worst come to worst, the Terrorblade just needs to sunder the Lash, right? I think the Terrorblade probably would be willing to do that if he came down to it. Yeah, I mean, just very hard, you know, to fight the Terrorblade right now. I mean, he is the king of the map. He is the king of the game. Troll usually does not win those fights, you know, against the Terrorblade when they are on equal ground. And right now, the Terrorblade's ahead, you know.
That is a little bit of a box play to try and evade death here, but Ayad only comes out of the box to see 5 enemy heroes and his own reflection. Yeah, this is getting troublesome, isn't it? I think the Monkey King's picked up a Mjolnir, not an item we see a ton of these days.
Well,
does,
they need
have a
clearing the illusions.
The Mjolnir does have a javelin in it, so as a result, it'll give you a little bit of basically accuracy. You know, it's not great, but if you proc Chain Lightning, you will always guarantee the auto attack. That's how that one works.
Well, even the Terrorblade just got a Ghost Scepter. Just want to make a fool of this troll ulti.
Did you say Terrorblade got a Ghost Scepter?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. That's...
Wow. This has to be one of the few games, or even the only game that I've seen a Terrorblade buy a Ghost Scepter. The highest armor hero buying a Ghost Scepter. He wants to make a fool of this troll. But yeah, I don't even feel like he needs it, you know. He's not dying to right clicks. And he has an AD rune now. Here we go. This is probably the last fight, the game deciding fight.
7k lead right now for the Trailer Park boys.
Find a way to initiate with the Monkey.
They need like a great pick off. They need to make sure their troll can stay on top of a hero. Let's see what it can be here. It's going to be
Spotlight.
difficult. Okay. Spotlight does see a lot of heroes. A 2-man stun's a great way to start the fight, but they simply just walk away. Cox is going to get stunned here a second time. 4-2-3. He is not going down. BKB active and the amplified damage rune as the BKB was used by Mac. 11. He's going to counter initiate. He catches 4 heroes inside of the arena. Chuan, he is going down. Does actually end up dropping. As Essence, they've only lost a single hero. Make it 2 now as 4-2-3 from the high ground. Begins his cleanup duty. Oh, the damage is just too much from 4-2-3.
Yeah, he
Ultra kill for him.
He actually made a really good split-second decision in the end. He was caught in the arena, and he was wondering, he was trying to walk inside to Sunder, but they were too far and they were BKB, and then in the end he decided to just Sunder Naraman, so Naraman just died there instantly because his teammate Sundered him. But it turned out to be the game-winning move there by 4-2-3 there, just killing, he was able to just kill the rest of them on his own.
Yeah, he basically 1v4'd him.
Yeah, he had to sacrifice Naaman on the bounty. Too bad, but they won the fight. They got the Rex. It's a good call. You know, sometimes you have to do it with conviction, you know, when you are deciding to sacrifice your teammate, you know. Don't really think about the discussions you're having, you know. After the game, sometimes the players get upset, you know, why did you let me die? Why, you know? I can't believe you abandoned me, Richie. I was yelling for help, you know, so much.
Sometimes it's just worth it though, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the carry is sacrificing you as a support. Unfortunately, you get no say.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't mind if I'm gonna get sundered by my carry and my carry still loses the fight. What more can I'm gonna go? What more could I have done? That wasn't my choice. I give my life for you, my liege. A king does not blame his foot soldier if he leads them into the wrong battle. That's
So
what
who
I would
does
say.
he blame? Himself.
King must fall on the sword.
Only a true king joins the battle, you know? The fake kings hide behind in the castle.
Uh-oh, Norman.
Oh,
You might just get a free
Decisive,
kill here on a Ponyo.
Trying to be too
Uh-oh, this is
cheeky with the
bad.
flames.
Yeah.
Well, what is that, X-Men?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's trying to convey a message, you know, Ponyo.
Winter, you can't just say Marvel things to our Zoomer audience. They're gonna get upset when Stan Lee doesn't show up, and they're gonna sit through the credits.
Bro. He just drew an X on the floor.
Tower has fallen.
Okay, fine.
This is trouble.
You want me to use some Dragon Ball Z memes?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is bad. I mean, I don't know if there's any coming back from this right now from Essence. They don't have a disruptor for 40 seconds. They're not going to have a bottom lane of barracks in 40 seconds. There's still an Aegis online for this TB, not to mention.
Attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Wow, yeah, that spotlight's real effective.
Kind of cool, yeah? One of the coolest new shots.
I agree. It's kind of weird that it doesn't really have like an audio cue or something, but
It does, right? Doesn't he have like some drum roll?
I'm not sure. I can't really. I love Ringmaster's design for everything. I think he's got one of the best audio hero designs in the game. But I don't know. I've never heard the spotlight.
Well, you can try it later. I think there's some. Let's put your headset on max.
Yeah,
Some
that's
sound.
what I should do. This game, though, for the Trailer Park Boys, just one push, really, at this stage. They can choose to play it safe, and they may just decide to do that. After all, we are in the lower bracket, right? They're down one game. Certainly would not want to get eliminated like that. But honestly, this is, I mean, look, I don't want to call them a stack, but this is, a lot of the ex-IHG/Lilgun guys, right? So they probably have a decent amount of experience playing together. You can expect them to, have a pretty high level of competition, especially in games like this. And Winter, if I might make a prediction for our game 3, if we have one, I don't think they're going to pick Troll again.
Nobody wants to pick Troll.
Terror Wave. Nicely done there by 423, just for the mini metamorphosis. They're trying to keep him covered now. The jump on in, a quick little sunder from 423 as he's stuck on the high ground. The Force Staff didn't get him where he needed to go, but he still has a
BKB.
second life to play with.
And then another
Still
sunder.
has that BKB as the arena comes out from 11. Akashi's let loose on the ultimate. He's actually able
in
to
trouble.
get into some damage now.
Terrorblade.
He gets off a second sunder this time onto the Monkey King, and with that HP, he will outfight them all. 423 on a double kill. He'll pick up the third core as well as Mac forced to call the GG. Well played. What a game from 423. Holy moly.
Well, this is a good example of like Terrorblade that gave me into all this like physical damage.
First round, I mean, I wouldn't mind that as well, I think there's a lot of spicy storylines to kind of play out here, and we'll see if we get any of those as we head into our third and final game for us here on the secondary stream. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Prepare for
It
battle.
was a very close game 2 up until the TB came online. It was a very one-sided game 1 in favor of Essence. And now both teams fighting to advance to the next round. I don't believe they have an opponent yet in round 3 of the lower bracket. All right, they would be playing versus the winner of
Ivory Talon.
Ivory Talon. Yes, indeed. Early smoke from Essence. They're going to try and get a little aggressive here. They've planted their ward over on the high ground, and we'll set up next to the top river rune. That's a little confusing now, right? Now that all the bounties are technically in the river.
Nice ward. In front of the tower. Very difficult to de-ward this. Oh no, little lag coming out. Time to
Quick
restart.
pause for Chuan.
Yeah, I played a little too many games today.
Yeah, this is
6
well,
games,
for
right?
Essence.
This is their 6th game.
No, not for Essence. It is for Trailer Park.
Yeah, Trailer Park Boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean is the one lagging.
Yeah.
He's the one playing too much Dota.
Yeah, just gotta relaunch. Every now and then you gotta clear your RAM. Recache the memory. All those lovely things here to have a stable game 3, a very decisive one. I'm excited, Winter. What do you think? What do you think of game number 3? What do you think of these two teams as SC is doing a bit of trolling?
Just based on hero, PA got it. But based on team Essence will win.
Okay. You know what I think?
Nope, I don't care.
Ask me what I think.
Nope, this is bullshit. I don't want to.
Winter, I think the team will win. Will be Malaysian. I think the Malaysian team's going to win. No answer, huh?
Well, technically there's no Malaysian team here.
What are you
They're the
talking about?
minorities.
Both teams are Malaysian.
Huh?
Both teams are Malaysian. What do you-
They're all the minority in the team, it's not a Malaysian team. They are like a
debatable.
Pinoy team with some Malaysian sauce on the side, some sambal on the side.
Right.
It's just the sauce here, 2 members.
Just the
of three.
sambal, some sotong. So we get going again. The Ikan Billis.
The Keropok Leko. You like the Keropok Leko?
The Lekor? No, I don't like Lekor.
You don't like seafood? No?
I just didn't grow up near an ocean, so it's not something I had a lot of access to,
You don't need to grow up near an ocean to like seafood.
Yes, you do, because it's not
in
fresh.
the modern world? Come on.
It wasn't fresh. What do you think? You think we had fly my seafood to me money? America big, man.
Find it hard to
Chicago's like
believe.
1,000 miles from an ocean.
No anchovies for you?
No anchovies for me, bro. It's all about beef and chicken.
How about some krill?
Nope.
Ask 11. He loves krill.
One day, look, you've been to America many times. You've probably flown over my hometown a few times. You were probably asleep on the plane. That's kind of how it works in the Midwest. A little bit too far from everything, as all 3 of our lanes so far, a lot of early action. Everyone chomping at the bit here to get nice and aggressive early on.
One day I will go
Well,
to Florida. I want to see the
might like it.
gators. I want to see the
Yeah,
gators.
you might like
there.
it. You guys have gators in Malaysia, though. The biawaks. Just go to Sarawak, bro. They're just walking down the street over there.
Yeah, not the same thing, but sure.
I tried to go to the beach when I visited Sarawak, and there's a sign on the beach that says Awas. Biawak. It says, don't go on this beach, bro. There's alligators.
Alright,
You will
423,
get
level
eaten.
2. Ayats, level 1.
Yeah,
getting
it's got
bullied.
a little bit too many stick charges. Stick charges on stick charges. This is a good lane for it to be a stick, but not if you're going to stick around too long, as Ayat did top lane. Ponyo is going to be able to strike back, not for first blood, but at least equalize his kills as both supports dying in the lanes.
Portrait is the happy one, He's the one that got the first blood. The bounty. He got the bounty. He is happy. I mean, both the cores are gonna be able to farm very well in this lane. I think probably the Bristleback. Maybe he's the one that's gonna maybe have the hardest time against the PA, because PA is so strong on the lane. But I imagine once you get more levels, it should be You're probably not stopping the PA from farming, but the same goes for the PA. He's not going to be stopping the Bristol from farming. But sometimes when you play this out of lanes where you are at a disadvantage, you kind of need to play it like that, you know. If you try to win a lane that you should be losing, then you might lose the lane even harder. You just have to be sometimes happy with what you're getting in the lane, you know. Just try to focus on your own XP and gold.
Some humility, right?
Yeah, pull the wave and just, you know. There's some players, I don't know about you, but I've met players that are always trying to pressure, right? So even in matchups where they can't pressure, they are trying to force it too much and they're going to be feeding a lot.
Yeah, that's me. I'm that guy. I'm always trying to fight, even if I'm playing some Phoenix at the level 1, you know? Careful here, underneath the tower. Yeah, that's going to be another kill. Ayad dies to the dagger.
Yeah, the power of the PA, man. Very, very strong, the physio levels. Power up with that Orb of Blight.
And Cox isn't able to do much as well. You can see SC has been just draining him of mana, keeping him dry, thanks to his innate, the Satyr.
The Satyr is just keeping him out of service. Has to take a couple of days break, you know, for Ramadan. Recharge.
That's right. He ate too much, you know.
This looks more like a Storm favorite matchup. I remember today we saw this lane one time. Storm wasn't winning.
3 times? 2 times? We've seen this lane a few times, I think. Ember Storm?
Ember wasn't losing this lane, right? The few times we saw it here.
Oh, careful here. Shackles. Ponyo's actually going to be in a bit of trouble. Okay, the Tame the Beast doesn't quite get the kill in time as the little chicken running for his life. And there's not going to be enough mana here for a Gush to secure the kill.
Well, at least he's still getting some good amount of CS in this lane. I imagine it'll be hard to stop him from completely farming in this lane as the Magnus. I mean, Nama is like not really very comfortable, you know, with this hero. It's not his type of hero, so it's not doing really well. He has to go focus on stacking and playing for the tide. He's TPing mid instead. He wants to try to get a kill here. There's a 1 point in chains on the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, Cox is getting bullied hard down bottom as well. This lane has really spiraled out of control. Not the first time we've seen a Bristle do very poorly today as well. A lot of deja vu here in this series, Winter.
Yeah, that's like you said, the Chen with the mana burn is actually working wonders, you know, against the Bristleback. Like, Bristleback without mana is more or less like your glorified creep. And meanwhile, the 6-man mid has already commenced. Actually, 5-man. Chen, you're running late.
He's on his way.
Yep.
He's just burning a little bit of extra mana.
This classic Malaysian time, right? You tell them to come 6 o'clock, they'll be there 6:30. You know, that's what Chen's doing.
Yeah. Yep, agreed. And then you call them, and they're like, "Hey, I'm on the way. I'm just parking."
I'm parking.
15 minutes later, I'm coming. And you can't tell if they're telling the truth because the parking's really that cooked in KL. Quick kill there onto Ayad, sorry.
Yeah, he got there, you know. That's what matters, you know. As he says, you know, I'm here, guys. 6 minutes, I'm here.
A little bit too early, too little, too late. As the
you can't
bottom,
say
it's a haze.
I'm absent when I'm here at the last moment.
Right. What do you mean, guys? I was there when we took the group photo.
Yeah, of course. You just came for the group photo and you left.
Right.
I'm here for the best bits, you know. I've only got 24 hours in my day. I don't want to waste any time.
Yeah, and I've spent 8 of those playing Dota.
8 of those playing Dota, 8 of those sleeping, the other 8 eating.
Yeah, pretty much. So make some shirt, you know.
They say you gotta have balance in your life, what? 8 hours sleep,
That's
8
true.
hours Dota, 8 hours eat.
Perfect balance.
Scanning.
In that order as well.
7 minutes, the Shrine of Wisdom. Shrine is coming to steal it.
He's got a lovely haste rune. SC's behind the tower
Stop
here.
him!
As
Stop that
Storm
man!
will zip in and force a remnant away for Chuan.
That was quick. He jumped out very, very quickly. I think most of the players would have tried to force them to commit more before he left. He wasn't really in much danger of dying anyway. So surprised to see him not trying to push the limit there a little bit.
Well, are
Back to
you
farming.
suggesting that this Ember is like unkillable or something?
No, but he should be using his hero more. If you
Okay.
have 1
Pushing the
KHP,
limits, finding the limits.
you should be tanking to at least 800-900 damage, you know, instead of just
Okay.
tanking 100 or none at all. Haven't you heard
Wasting some
playing
time.
the heroes to the limit? If you're
That's
supposed to tank, you're supposed to tank. Some players are, I get it, you know, some players are just really afraid to die. So you tell them to go in, they'll like put their toe forward and pretend that's already in, you know, and just back off. Cast a
Yeah, I know
spell
the
and back
feeling.
off, you know. I'm sure you came across friends that play like that, you know. It
Look,
just pisses you off.
sometimes I'm that guy as well. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. When I have to play carry, I'm that guy. I'm like, guys, I don't want to go in. I'm gonna die.
I'm a
You go
carry, I'm
in.
not supposed to die, guys. But actually,
Yeah,
you're supposed
literally.
to tank, you know. Sometimes you just have to
Yeah.
go in. Dota has changed so
Yes.
much, you know, and some habits just hard to change.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely agreed.
I think
Pretty aggressive.
a common trend to see is like the conventional traditional carries. They can't keep up with the new way of playing carries. So you see a lot of them like just retiring or silently going into streaming. It's just tough, you know. Like you've been doing something, you've been cooking your nasi lemak in a certain way, and then now the government says no, nasi lemak has to taste like this. Now you have to change this.
Right. Your sambal must be sweet instead of savory.
Remove anchovies. Nasi lemak cannot have
No!
anchovies.
I'm moving out of the country if they do that. It's my favorite part, man. I get so upset whenever you get a nasi lemak and
What?
there's like 3
Mac is
Ikan Bilis
here.
in there, bro.
4-2-3. You want to carry the
4-2-3.
game?
Ravage, though, might just allow him the turn. A second TP is coming. That's SE. Does not have the Hand of God heals, but he shows up, and it's Cox who gets stuck. And it killed off. Really great
11.
reactions there. 4-2-3.
Comes to the rescue.
Lives.
The number of brothers, you know, 11 saves 4-2-3.
All right. Yeah, it's good that it's not 6 and 7, you know?
I mean, we had JWL and CML the other day. Now it's 4-2-3 and 11. The number bros.
You know why it's good that it's not 6 and 7?
Is under attack.
No.
Well, because 6 is afraid of 7.
So 11's afraid of 4-2-3. That's why when 4-2-3 is dying, he's saving him.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a complete 7, 8, 9, but 4-2-3 will punch if they lose.
Radiant structures
Just
are
kidding.
fortified.
Certified carry player. If you don't save me when I'm getting dove under the tower, I'm going to do something nasty. Break my items.
Man, those snakes got cleaned up real fast. Team Essence not finding any luck down bottom, not finding anything in their mid kill off the Ringmaster, and well, I'm not really sure. You know, how would you read this game? It looks pretty.
Let me tell you
even.
something first. Do you know the new way to grief now? The modern
no.
way to grief? Mark
I
for
don't.
sell all your items and you ping it and you show your team. Are you using
forgot
that,
you could do that.
function now? Mark for
Yeah,
sell.
but if you respawn, don't you instantly sell all of your items?
yeah,
if
you're
you
like
accidentally-
threatening your team, you know. You do this one, I'm gonna sell my item. A new way to grief.
I have never used Mark to sell. Normally, what I do is I click and drag my item into the shop.
Dire's structures are fortified.
It's not for
I
you,
feel
it's
like-
for your teammates to see it.
I get it, but like I would accidentally activate that all the time. Look at that Croaker go. Ponyo forced to turn and shackle it for a little bit of bonus HP as Cox. He's running on in. Can they really catch anyone here? SC would be a really nice catch. Not exactly the dead shot I think they were looking for, but luckily for Ayat, it doesn't really matter. I don't know what he was trying to hit.
It's a difficult spell to use, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of awkward. I agree when you're picking up
Yeah,
the
when
hero.
you talk about a single spell that's very hard to land, then that shot is right up there. Land
up there.
properly.
Yeah, no, it's up there. I think anyone who denies that is doing a bit of trolling. 12-minute rune spawning in soon. Could be an amplified damage rune by my count, and it is. It's going to spawn bottom, however. And
The touch players will tell you mid
Huh?
hook is the hardest spell to land. They'll always argue with you.
I think, yeah. I think Earth Splitter is kind of hard to land. I think all of ET spells are kind of hard to land, honestly. He's kind of a challenging hero. The Visage, Birds.
Then you play something like a PA, you know, PA spells all targeted.
Yeah. Dude, Sven's so hard to play, man. How do I do it? Activate my ulti?
Oh, 4-2-3, in trouble. He blinked out.
Oh,
Gonna eat
yeah.
an RP.
RP. This time, the dead shot, once again, not perfect, but it's okay. Does the trick. And that'll
you
lead
can
him
tell.
to another tier 1 tower.
He doesn't have 100 games on this hero.
No.
Radiant's top tower.
Good enough, though, on the silence. You know, that was the really important part there of the combo. They had enough damage anyway. Just making sure he couldn't leap away.
Yep, I agree. Storm Spirit trying to go after his brother, his older brother, chasing his older brother.
You don't think it's his older brother? I think it's his older brother. 11, he's going to walk right in there. He's got a Ravage, actually, so he's got nothing to be afraid of. Very good silence, though, on the call-in. Might allow Akashi to escape. The Ravage does actually still catch a few heroes here, but Akashi dead. I mean, his tier 1 tower. Perhaps they've gone too far. The Wheel of Wonder does good to catch both supports, but it's going to leave Mac alone as he zips underneath his tier 1 tower away to safety. Ponyo doing what he can here, but surrounded by 4 heroes. All he can really do is turn into a chicken and then die.
Very nice. Bringing in the numbers has been the name of the game, you know, so far. That's very, very good execution by Trailer Park Boys. Securing the tower. The spell usage with the Ravage plus the Wheel of Wonder to secure the fight. I mean, you're starting to see like this like auras, you know, coming into play. The drums and the Chen Heal, Tide Blats, you know. I mean, you look on the Team Essence side, they don't really have any auras, you know, so they're way weaker at the moment. When it comes to the 10 hero battle, the Royal Rumble. They need more time, Richie. They need to farm some stacks. Chill a little bit. But then you also have to worry about a PA in the game, you know, which already has Battle Free. He's not as bad as his Terrorblade last game, but he's getting there.
Yeah, it's... Again, it's getting scary here.
Yeah, you don't really
Maybe
actually have any good answers into the PA later when it goes late, you know,
just-
if you're Team Essence.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, especially with the way that the Bristles kind of kicked off this game. He's not like insanely far behind, but he's also nothing really to be afraid of at the moment. Bristle, in this kind of a meta, at least from what we've seen in the tournament, Winter, he feels a lot like a sink or swim kind of a hero, doesn't he?
Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, he's very dependent on the lane, you know, not gonna lie, you know, this game because of the Chen, his lane got destroyed. No mana. And then you're laning into a PA.
Wow.
In 15 minutes.
Wow.
Well, at least Bristol can help you secure the Tormentor. He's still a very good Tormentor hero. Yeah, so they're gonna get the Tormentor here, most likely easily with 3 heroes.
Yep.
I mean, that's
All
the
that
value of
minus armor.
having Tinker, Bristol, all these kind of heroes. Ursa, for example. Because it takes so many heroes to kill the Tormentor, at least 4 in most cases. You know, 3 is like, you have a really good composition to do it with 3 heroes.
Sure. Who got the shard? Sorry, I didn't actually see.
Moeta?
I see.
Moeta got
Yeah.
the shard. Ayad.
Oh no. All the skeletons, they've died. The double Hill Troll Summoners deleted that tier 1 tower. That was so fast, actually. As he trying to maintain the lanes, push out, at least in this top part of the map. Give his PA a very, very safe buffer space. Actually is still playing here up with the Ember. Norman as well back to support. They might be able to find an opening. Bristle's not going to be too easy of a kill here with the Vanguard.
Dire's top
Yeah, he's really low in mana though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Look at the tower, dude. Oh my
Rally.
goodness.
Rally.
Dire's top
Attack
tower
damage
like-
increased by 30.
Wow. Yeah, that'll do it. That's a lot of rallies.
bottom tower is under attack.
Well, Mac wants a piece of the action though. He has a shield rune. It's coming close. 1 creep away from level 12. Oh, he's gonna back off. I think this is a wise decision. I mean, Radiant is just much stronger right now with the auras. Really mentioned that. Blats, the drums, the heals from Chen. Even something like a Mage Slayer is also kind of like an aura. a debuff. But Essence, they want to fight with the Shurun.
They're going to try contesting this Roche. Half HP already. Mac doing some good damage here. And actually 11 stuck inside of the column. Gets off the Ravage.
good
Thanks to the
combo.
blow with the
They're
Wheel
all
of Wonder
pulled.
to try and turn things around now. And the Storm sliced apart. That's an amazing RP though. I think he caught all 5 heroes. But where's the damage supposed to come from now? They all simply walk away as they open back up. TA
Yeah, the power of the
focusing on her
auras.
heroes. Nobody has died on the side of the Trailer Park Boys. In essence, they will lose 4 heroes despite that was a 5-man RP.
3 heroes, I think, at least.
I think it was all 5.
You say it's
Yeah, it
5.
had to have been. Look, how else was he
If
gonna get
it's
all
a
that damage?
5-hero RP, it's even worse, you know, because they couldn't even kill 1 hero.
I agree.
And that's the problem, right? It's so much aura. That's why I was surprised that they decided to take the fight there. Because I felt like they needed more time to farm, you know. They don't have enough damage to go through. There's all these auras, you know. The Tide just barely... I mean, they tried to all-in the Tide, you know, but I mean, you can't all-in the Tide with this sort of heroes.
Yeah, it's not going to work out too well. This is a
Oh,
pretty
there goes the
deep jump
shard.
in. Uh-oh. The Tide Shard. All right, Mac does a good job of focusing and clearing that immediately as he accidentally traps Cox inside of the
11's a
Serpent
boss.
Wards. That's not what he wanted. 11, he's going to continue fighting as Cox whipped out of the snakes. Just being right-clicked down, he has no escape. And there's just nothing to maximize off of the Snot Rocket either. It's coming apart. The Trailer Park Boys, it's, you know, they're putting it together, man.
Dire's
Now this game is going... Just went from like 1 to 100 very quickly, you know, last couple of minutes. All these auras are coming into play. They're very strong with the Chen creeps. Drums, Pavis. I mean, Team Essence just doesn't...
H-Slayers.
They don't have enough,
Yeah.
like, damage to go through all of
Rallies.
Dire's
Oh my god.
has fallen.
Are they not going to try to push the high ground here? Okay, they're not going to try. They don't want to waste time. They're going to
Dire's
plug
top tower
the 2 other remaining outer towers off the map first. 4-2-3 has his SMY done. Battle Fury SMY. Going for a shot next to make the Bristle back killable. Not that they need the shot to kill him. The Bristle is really not that strong.
Dire's bottom tower.
I think they're definitely going very well for the Trailer Park Boys here. They're moving really well, playing around the auras super well. Narman has the Rod of Aethos, so he can set up a combo anytime he sees a hero.
Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They're gonna smoke.
For
They
Essence,
want to
though.
hunt them down here.
It's
They're
only a
showing-
5k.
Yeah, it's only a 5k lead, but it's a very big lead at this stage, you know, because
Yeah.
of the auras and the way the heroes work. Essence need a long time to be ready, and at the same time, right, you have a PA, which is gonna secure you the late game.
Oh, Mac. Oh, uh-oh. Straight into the Wheel of Wonder. Whipped away from it, and, well, that will be an easy
That
kill
will be
there.
an
It's,
11. Can he be punished here? Nope, he's just gonna walk out, you know. Like they were baiting 11 all the way bot, you know.
oh, they might lose the creeps,
Oh,
though.
PA is
I
coming
don't
back.
think so. I think Cox has to run. Hit by the Searing Chains. 11 might be able to spit on him in a few more seconds. The body blocks. Okay, they actually have the anchor now attached to this bristleback, and there's just no support for him. A perfect calling still does nothing. Okay, they get Narman on the other side. It's something, but they're gonna start poking up high ground, and they use the Glyph Winter. As soon as the next creep wave comes
Rally.
in, maybe even before with the rallies, they're gonna get in there.
Is under attack.
Tower's gonna die very quickly here.
Oh my goodness, look at it go. Okay, very good. Clearing the skeletons. It does buy them some precious time.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But that is now the tier 3 tower down for the count. Creeps being cleared. And with the Magnus missing off the map, they don't want to get skewered too far into the enemy base. That is a way for the Trailer Park Boys to lose this game. Too much over-aggression. A quick kill onto a PA if she's skewered near the fountain. That'll certainly be easy this early on into the game.
Dire are scanning.
But the lead is starting to explode. They have to do something about it here. Essence. Maintain control over this game. That's the goal for them here. Mac is going exploring. He has a shield rune and an amplified damage. This would be a great time to fight. But at the moment, he's got to run for his life.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Trailer Park Boys, they're back. They get the skewer onto Narman, but he's very, very tanky. Escape out.
Yeah.
He's gonna
he's gonna get silenced first though, but look
still
at this.
alive.
The fan of knives is 4-2-3 trying to find a jump on in. Narman is still just fine. The Ravage is going to interrupt the RP as 4-2-3 starts ripping right back into Akashi. He's gonna die in the river to Chuan. It's a 1-for-1 trade, soon to be 2-for-1 though, as Ember yoinks that one away.
That's it, I
Tough
guess.
trade there for Essence.
They're gonna lose the racks off this. Can they just go bot
so.
with the wave?
They don't have the rally scullies this time at the very least.
Oh, you have a PA. And I'm sure she can kill the racks easily.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Aegis is out, but they don't even need it.
Yeah, they're just going to be way too confident before. Nothing really to fear, is there?
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Yeah, there's just one lane racks down, you know.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Very, very tough situation to be in for Team Essence right now. They have to make a stand somehow. I mean, they can't just give up the next racks, you know. I mean, Storm is just having like a really tough game. He's trying to get the BKB, but he doesn't have time to farm it. Only 3 galvanized stacks so far, 24 minutes. Not much going on for him.
No, he's not had much of a game here.
And
Haven't we
here
always
comes
seen the
Ember.
Embers win today?
He's gonna find a
Yeah.
catch. Magnus
Okay,
in trouble.
the Hex. It's going to allow at least the Magnus to run away. 11 seeking to chase after. They want the big fish now. They only want Akashi, going so far as to just completely ignore the Shaman. I'll turn back for him now as both of the supports keeping him locked up. No chance to escape as 4-2-3 collects his second kill here. This is going to be a pretty serious high ground push, man. 10K is the net worth lead.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, they can't even touch the PA.
Dire's structures are fortified.
This is going to be another lane of racks. They're going to wait probably just for the BKB on Mac to be done. And then they're going to try. If the fight works, it works. It doesn't, they're just probably going to call GG after this.
Yeah, I think so.
This PA is just
Trailer
way too
Park-
strong right now.
Dire's top tower.
Trailer Park
He
Boys
has
on
4K gold
on
in
the
the bank.
verge. Reverse sweep.
Tower.
Yeah, he does. I just buy out for the BKB. Maybe save him for buyback in a game like this. Nope, it's just the full BKB.
Saving for buyback? He's not even going to die. Doesn't need buyback.
I guess that's probably fair.
I'm going to end the game now. They have everything ready. They have the Bongo Boots, Solar Crest on the Chen. God of Atos, Aether lands on Ringmaster. Fight has Aghanims soon. That's a huge, huge item. Vlad's Aghanims with the Mage Slayer. Ember's Mage Slayer with BKB.
Dire are scanning.
It's very, very hard to kill. You know. Team Essence, they don't have enough damage with their heroes to go through all that auras and armor.
Yeah, they really have a lot of damage issues at the moment, don't they? I mean, Storm needs to get like level 25, and I don't even know. Even then, where's the damage going to come from? It's just looking so... It's looking hard for them, you know? And the way that Trailer Park Boys have been playing for the past, what seems like 5-10 minutes almost, they have not really been playing solo. They have not been presenting themselves for kickoffs. As we can see, Mac, he's just going to go down. That is probably going to be another invitation to go up high ground. They might even be able to find Cox. He was trying to push out that top wave as much as he could.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Man, they don't have buyback on Storm, so like, I guess they kind of have to just give up another lane and just hope for the best for the last one. Defend the mid lane. Or just one fight, you know. They're probably gonna try one fight at least.
Dire's top
I mean, how the fight is supposed to look for them? They need Bristol to kind of bait in front. Try to hope that the 4-2-3 goes on the Bristol and then the Storm jumps the backline with them together with the Magnus. Something along those lines, you know. They need to try to isolate their hero with the skewer. Try to
Yeah, I
put
know, but they just
Bristol in front as a bait. create some distraction, and then maybe isolate the supports, right? You skewer the supports in one by one, because you don't want to be skewering in the Tide. You can't skewer in the Ember. You don't want to touch the PA. So you have to kill the Chen and the Ringmaster first, especially the Ringmaster, before he boxes his teammate. And you can't kill them.
It's just getting so difficult as well for this. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like the Trailer Park Boys,
yeah, like
the positioning has
13K
been superb. Yeah. I know. But it's, I don't know. Do you think they should try for a Roche contest right now? It might already be too late.
It's too late.
It is too late.
It's too quick. I mean, if they have a choice, they are obviously going to want to fight there, you know, with the RP and hope for a good one. It's tough, you know, they have so much damage issues. I kind of maybe would have liked that if the Bristleback gone for more damage, like carry build, like Aghanim's, you know, try to do damage, you know, because they don't really do enough damage now.
Speedy rune of haste.
What moves do they have left to make now? Trailer Park Boys smoked up an Aegis on the Phantom Assassin. They've already cleared the top lane of barracks. No tier 2s are standing. There's no glyph of fortification at the moment here for Essence, and they will not receive one if they lose another another melee. Racks make it. What is Akashi trying to farm for? He's currently pushing a wave out top. What's he hoping to try and get here? BKB? He's actually really close. He's really close.
Oh, he
Sells
has
the
it.
wand to get it. Yeah.
Let me go. He needs to let me go. Oh, yeah, they have to wait for it. Oh, no.
And Trailer Park Boys in no mood to wait.
Yeah,
They're
this is
gushing
very
to get out of
sad.
that high ground.
Okay, they have it. Okay, this is all nothing. Smoke. BKB, he needs a 5-man RP.
Easy, just get a
We've
5-man
already
RP.
seen it once.
Yeah.
So you see it again.
There's the Fan and Knives. They're initiating out of the Bristleback. They don't have a kill onto him, though, thanks to the Heaven's Halberd. The wraparound is looking fairly promising, though. Careful here. The Bristle just needs to keep baiting them around. Narman and SC, they're hiding out near the banner as the Storm. He kicks things off. That's the perfect first target, but he puts himself into the box a little bit too fast. The Scythe of Vice, the Hex,
Oh,
looking
no.
for an RP.
Can't get the RP.
He can't find anything. And the fight's just all over the place. The Shaman, he's been lost. Mac is being whipped. He's looking at the wheel. He's being eaten alive by 4-2 or by 11, even if he's not Krill. Chuan finds Cox. I mean, this one is just...
Yeah,
That might be over here. They still have themselves an RP to play with. Let's see if they can find anything. A second buyback now. This is the Trailer Park Boys. Looking to get a little bit more organized. That's going to be a pretty decent jump. Oh no, but the bash instantly! RP does come out, but where's going to be the damage now? They can't even get through SC. The Ravage comes through. There's the Hand of God. Back is dying. They've already lost the Magnus, and that is going to be GG. Well played. What a turnaround from the Trailer Park Boys. They will defeat Team Essence in 3 games to move on to the next round of the qualifiers.
Yeah, well done, Team Trailer Park Boys. They lost first game. They figured out the solution in the next couple of 2 games, and they were able to steer the ship, you know, into the right direction. Props to them. And Team Essence, they also had a pretty